Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Justin Feldman from Feldman Physical Therapy and Performance, and today I want to talk a little bit about why you need a coach and specifically why you can benefit from working with a coach. And I know right off the bat you're probably thinking, well, he has no idea who I am or anything about me, and you're right, I can't see through the screen, I can't tell you who's watching the video, but I can tell you that you can benefit from working with a coach. And we're going to talk about this specifically in terms of running and triathlon coaching, because that's a service that we offer here and that's where our background is. But you can really take a lot of these same concepts and apply them to other sports or life in general or business. There's a lot of different ways that most people, regardless of your situation, can benefit from a coach. Even if you're a coach looking to get better at coaching, you can benefit from working with a coach who will coach you on coaching. And if you're not confused yet, wait till we get deeper into the video. So we're going to talk about all that stuff. Make sure you hang around for the end of the video. We're going to talk about some very exciting news that we have here at Feldman PT and Performance in regards to our coaching offerings and some new stuff that we are really happy to share with you that makes a lot of the stuff we're doing with our runners and triathletes even better for both us as well as for our clients. So why do you need a coach and why can you benefit from a coach? What I want you to do is I want you to think of your coach as an ally, somebody in your corner. When we look at running and triathlon, right, these are inherently individual sports. And you can self-coach. I will say, I've been guilty of self-coaching for a little while, but you miss out on just that little bit of an edge. And so when you have this person in your corner, it does a couple things. The first thing it does is it gives you somebody to bounce ideas off of. So you might say, hey, I'm thinking of doing this race, or when is the best time for my tune-up race, or how long should my tune-up race be, and do you think this is a reasonable goal? And sometimes when you're just looking at yourself, your judgment can be jaded, or you might underestimate your ability. So some people just sort of generally downplay what they think they're able to do, and other people really overinflate what they think they're able to do and then get out there on race day and they feel disappointed. But a coach can give you that great objective opinion. It also helps take the guesswork out of what's going on. If you're looking at your training and wondering, how long should my long run be? What should my bike to run ratio be? How much swimming do I really need to do? Well, that's your coach's job, right? They look at all of that data as it's coming in and they analyze it with that objective eye, and then they can help you get the most out of your training. Also, we are bound to hit bumps in the road, right? None of us are pro athletes, or I assume most of us are not pro athletes. We're not getting paid for this. We have other jobs, and we might have family obligations, life obligations, work obligations. And so we need to figure out how to best balance all of that. And we can bounce that all off of a coach. And so we could say, all right, I flaked today, wasn't able to get this workout in, had to drop the kids off at school, or this came up at work, or I really thought I could squeeze this in the middle of the day and I couldn't. And then that coach is there to say, don't worry about it, we can do X, Y, and Z, or okay, they can kind of give you that nudge and say, hey, this was a really important workout and we're gonna be able to work around it, but I need you to make sure this doesn't happen again. And when it's just you looking at the data on yourself, you can easily say, that's no big deal, and move on with it. Or it's a lot easier to just brush something off if you know someone's not looking at it on the back end. At the same time, you can kind of be a little hard on yourself. This is the end of the world. And the coach can really look at it and say, no, if we look at how you did this and that, and I know we could squeeze this and we could tweak that. And so that's really where having this person in your corner who's looking out for your best interest and really holding you accountable can just be an invaluable asset. Or let's just say you get sick and you're wondering, all right, how quickly should I ramp back into my training? And the coach can look and say, okay, well, let's take a look. How long were you sick? How many days did you miss? What was your training like before you were sick? What was your illness and how has it affected you? What's going on? How are you feeling now? And they could really make sure that you get back to training as safe as possible. Sometimes jumping back into things too quickly can almost cause more problems than if you were to just take a little bit of time off longer or get back a little bit slower. But in your head, that fear of, oh no, am I waiting too long? Am I getting back too slow? Can just be unnerving. And so having that coach to look at it with you makes all the difference in the world. Working with a coach can also really improve your training. It gives your training that structure that is often lacking when we coach ourselves. And even being a coach and coaching other people, when I am looking, or when I was coaching myself and looking at my own data, sometimes, I would sit back and say like, man, I would never have done this for another athlete, or I would have done that. But when you're looking at your own data, it's really easy to just justify, it's just me and I know I'll be okay and this will be fine. But it really helps to have somebody there who's creating that structure from the outside. It also just makes your life easier. You have to wake up in the morning, look at the plan, and execute that plan. You don't have to also create that plan. And that is a huge load off your shoulders, especially as you get closer to race time and you're looking at what that goal might be and you're getting closer. There's a lot of stress involved in that. And anytime you could remove a stressor from the situation, it is a great thing. I think one thing when we talk with athletes is that they assume that coaches are for elite performers, professional athletes, or people really pushing for high goals. And one thing that I want to sort of dispel, a myth we want to get out of the way here, is that you can benefit from working with a coach even if your goal is to simply train regularly. And that accountability will just help there. And knowing that structure is there can really help in that goal of just getting into regular training. You don't even need to be looking for a race. You can just be someone who says, I love the idea of training. I love the structure of training, and having that coach who creates that structure for you and makes sure that you're doing the right things at the right time to get the most out of your training can be huge. I think when you sit down with a coach and you first meet them, one of the things that a great coach will do is they will ask you a lot of questions. And a lot of times they will help tease out what your real goal is. Whether you're somebody who says, I don't have a goal, I just want to enjoy training, or I want to do a half Ironman, or I want to qualify for the Boston Marathon, or I want to do my first Ironman. And coach might tease out and ask why, or figure out what's important to you. And then they can really help take your training and build it around that and make sure that you get to those goals. Are you looking to become more resilient? Are you looking to get into better shape? Are you looking to lose a little bit of weight? Any of these things can be a minor goal or a major goal in a big picture. And so they can help make sure that you get all of that done at the same time in the healthiest way possible. And that's really where having this person in your corner is just an invaluable asset. Now, we're deep into the video here, so if you've made it this far, I would love it if you jump down, you're finding this information helpful, useful, please jump down, like the video, subscribe down there. We really, really appreciate it. I want to take a second to talk about some of the offerings that we have here and what we are able to do now. So we are really excited here at Feldman PT and Performance to have recently been able to partner with a couple of great brands. And so we've been able to partner with the amazing people over at Brooks Sports, as well as the great people over at Coros Global Watches. And one of the things that they have helped us do is create a package along with the people over at Fleet Feet Poughkeepsie that we can offer to our coaching clients. And so as people look to get into training and coaching, one of the things that we start to talk about is making sure you're going into it in the best way so that you set yourself up for success. And there's not a lot of equipment that you need, but there is some. You need a good pair of shoes, and that's where our partnership with Brooks comes in. And we love it if you have a watch that allows you to record your information and transmit it to us and allow us to see it and analyze it. And Coros has built a great training platform that allows us as your coach to not only see your data, it allows us to program your data, it allows us to analyze and look at each run and each workout individually, as well as part of a global big picture to make sure that we're guiding you to where you want to be. And it makes it so that we can't miss a thing. And so what we're doing is, for people who sign up for our coaching services, all you have to do, you sign up and you go down to Fleet Feet, and they will fit you for some Brooks shoes, and they will have a great stock of some Coros watches that you can pick out. And so you get, with your coaching package, you get a Coros Pace 2 watch, as well as a pair of Brooks Ghost or Adrenaline shoes. And the best part about this, going down to Fleet Feet, if you decide, hey, you want a different watch in their lineup, or you want a different pair of shoes, all you have to do is pay the difference. And so you don't have to pay the full thing. You don't have to necessarily get something that you might not want. You just pay the difference between that. But you pay nothing for the Pace 2 as well as the Brooks Adrenaline. And you also are able to get a Brooks sports bra as well as a pair of Brooks running socks. And so we are really excited about this because it helps you go into training with one less thing to worry about. And we know that we're going to be able to take a look at all of that data and get you exactly what you need. So if you think you might be interested for some of the coaching stuff, jump down. We'll throw a link in the description of the video. We'll throw it in the first comment there so that you are able to click that link, fill out your information. One of our coaches will reach out to you and get you set up with a quick call to make sure that we're a good fit for you. But yeah, we are really excited about adding this to our coaching lineup. And any questions, if you think you have a great story about working with a coach or something that I missed, go ahead and throw that down in the comments below. And look forward to working with everyone and seeing you real soon.